90-Day Fiancé, OMG, David wins hearts with his hilarious new look, trolls fans for calling him too feminine. David Toborowsky has fans screaming online after the major transformation. He is serving up the brand new look, and knows exactly what he's doing. The 90-Day Fiancé star just unveiled his fresh makeover that had fans doing a double take. David has been undeniably the funniest cast member on the franchise. Fans love him and Annie for keeping things lighthearted and enjoyable. Unlike other cast members, they don't waste their precious time creating new controversies or finding toxic ways to stay in the limelight. The reality TV star loves spreading positivity and joy online with their unique antics. However, fans really can't stop talking about David's major glow-up. He took a jab at the trolls for calling him too feminine with a powerful response. What's so unique about it? How is David looking? 90-Day Fiancé, David and Annie flaunt traditional Thai outfit during latest adventure. David and Annie are among the few cast members who don't need any controversies to stay in the limelight. Fans love watching them living a wholesome life with their daughter, Minthira. The 90-Day Fiancé stars ensures to introduce their daughter to new things and keep her close to their culture. David and Annie went out with some of their close friends for a new adventure in Thailand. They decided to welcome their friends in the sweetest way possible. The reality TV stars decked up in traditional Thai outfits for their outing. Annie looked stunning, rocking a traditional red and gold outfit with heavy jewelry. David also posed in a conventional blue outfit with their friends. All of them looked lovely as they posed in front of a monument with baby Minthira. 90-Day Fiancé, David surprises fans with brand new look. David Toborowsky knows how to make every moment special and memorable. He doesn't hesitate to show off his unique antics with his followers. The 90-Day Fiancé star surprised viewers when he shared his brand new look. David posed at the beach in a red halter dress, while Annie wore a strapless dress. He looked hilarious as he flashed a smile from cheek to cheek while rocking blonde hair. Annie also posed confidently in her red dress and sunglasses. However, fans couldn't stop smiling at David for his new look. They noticed how confidently he was serving the new look just to troll the haters. He wrote, "Everyone keeps saying I look more feminine these days. Does this make you happy?" The TLC star also shared that his wife left all the beach clothes at the hotel in Rayong. Hence, Toborowsky decided to make the moment memorable. He stated, "So here we are, twinning in red like it's a mother-daughter pageant I didn't sign up for." The American native made it clear it wasn't an AI-generated photo by revealing Rayong wasn't ready duo, but they showed up anyway. 90-Day Fiancé fans loved the way David took the moment to troll his haters. One fan said, "I've got to give it to you, David, you've got guts." Another user gushed over David and Annie's wholesome bond. They admitted the former have the best sense of humor. A different user added, "LOL David, you are hilarious, I didn't know you were so funny." 90-Day Fiancé's David Toborowsky net worth 2025, from broke to bankable. David Toborowsky has lived through one of the most dramatic financial glow-ups in 90-Day Fiancé history. Viewers first met him as a man struggling to get back on his feet, and today, he's running businesses, investing in property, and enjoying a life most fans never saw coming. His journey from jobless to jet-setting with wife Annie Suwan is a story worth every cent of curiosity. David Toborowsky net worth 2025, the real number. As of 2025, David Toborowsky's net worth is estimated at around $1.5 million, while Annie's is near $2.5 million, bringing their combined wealth to roughly $4 million. The number reflects steady growth over the last 5 years, not overnight fame money, but the result of consistent work, smart choices, and loyal fan engagement. The couple's financial portfolio now includes TLC income, business ventures, social media brand work, and, most recently, real estate investments that signal a serious level up. From debt to destiny, how David built his fortune. When 90-Day Fiancé introduced David in Season 5, he was living paycheck to paycheck, recovering from unemployment and a difficult past. But instead of letting fame fade, he used it to pivot. David's first move was staying relevant. He and Annie became regulars on 90 Day Fiance, Pillow Talk, Happily Ever After, and other TLC spin-offs, creating a stable source of recurring income. While cast salaries are modest, averaging $1,000 to $2,000 per episode, long-term visibility opened bigger doors. Outside of television, David leaned into his entrepreneurial streak. Together with Annie, he launched a cooking class business that taps into her Thai culinary skills and his natural humor. The couple's Cooking with DNA experiences quickly became fan favorites, both online and at live events. Each class adds not just revenue but community connection that keeps their brand in demand. Real estate, the game changer. In 2025, David took his biggest financial step yet, real estate investing. Reports highlighted a career milestone deal worth roughly $1.3 million, confirming that his business portfolio is expanding well beyond television. It's a natural evolution for him. The man who once rented rooms now owns properties, invests smartly, and manages assets that actually grow in value. Real estate income has quickly become a defining part of the David Toborowsky net worth story. Multiple income streams, his secret to stability. David doesn't rely on one paycheck, and that's exactly why his finances are thriving. His money comes from a smart mix of entertainment and business ventures that work together seamlessly. His consistent TLC and spin-off appearances provide both reliable income and valuable exposure that keep his name relevant in the 90 Day Fiancé world. Beyond TV, he and Annie earn from their cooking and lifestyle business, hosting high-margin Cooking with DNA events that fans can't get enough of. David also cashes in through personalized cameo videos and interactive fan experiences, which bring in a steady stream of smaller but consistent earnings. On social media, the couple quietly monetizes their influence through subtle brand endorsements and affiliate promotions that align with their lifestyle. And perhaps most importantly, David's growing interest in real estate has become his most lucrative income stream, giving him long-term security and serious returns. Together, these ventures create a diversified foundation that protects him from the unpredictable highs and lows of reality TV fame. Annie Suwan's influence, his partner in profit. It's impossible to talk about David's wealth without crediting Annie Suwan, his equally ambitious wife. Her warm personality, culinary expertise, and business drive have played a huge role in expanding their joint empire. Together, they've transformed from 90-day regulars into one of the franchise's most loved and marketable couples. Annie's growing brand, especially in food and culture spaces, amplifies David's ventures. They're not just sharing a life, they're running a mini brand built on authenticity and partnership. Lifestyle and mindset, comfort over flash. Despite the millionaire headlines, David and Annie don't flaunt extreme luxury. They live comfortably, travel frequently, and invest in experiences rather than extravagance. Fans often spot them teaching cooking classes, attending charity events, or simply enjoying life together, no private jets, no pretentious displays. It's this down-to-earth energy that keeps audiences loyal and sponsors interested. David's mantra seems simple: make money quietly, live happily, and stay grateful. What's new in 2025? Big changes for David and Annie. Before we wrap up, there's one update fans can't stop talking about, because it proves that David and Annie's success story isn't just financial, it's deeply personal too. In March 2025, the couple welcomed their first child together, a baby girl named Minthira, a Thai name meaning brave gem. The announcement flooded social media with love from fans across the globe. Soon after, David and Annie made another big move, relocating part-time to Thailand, Annie's home country, to embrace family life and expand their business opportunities in Asia. These milestones have only strengthened their public image. They're not just 90 Day Fiancé stars anymore, they're global entrepreneurs and loving parents, showing that building wealth means little without building a life that feels full. What's next for David Toborowsky? Expect more business expansions and travel-based ventures. David has hinted at scaling his real estate operations while continuing with TLC-related projects. Annie is reportedly exploring product lines in food and lifestyle, all of which feed back into the couple's growing wealth. If their trajectory continues, David Toborowsky's net worth could easily surpass $2 million by 2026, cementing him as one of the most financially successful stars to come out of the franchise. Final thoughts: the power of persistence. David Toborowsky's journey is proof that reinvention pays off. From facing foreclosure to signing property deals, from unemployment to entrepreneurship, he's turned every setback into a strategy. With a $1.5 million personal fortune and a thriving partnership with Annie, David is no longer just a reality TV success story, he's a symbol of second chances done right. 90 Day Fiance's David Toborowsky celebrates two major life milestones after welcoming second daughter. David Toborowsky from 90 Day Fiance celebrated a joyful new chapter in his life, marked by two major milestones shortly after welcoming his second daughter. When David met Thai native Annie Suwan, he was already a father to 3 grown children, some close in age to Annie, and was struggling with financial issues. David could not afford a dowry or provide a comfortable home in America, yet Annie never left him. Together, they built a stable and successful life. In late 2024, the couple relocated to Thailand, where Annie and David welcomed their baby daughter in March 2025. David recently revealed why this week in May 2025 is extra special to him after he came back to Thailand to spend time with Annie and their baby. David is celebrating his 57th birthday and can't believe that it has been another year around the sun. If you would have asked me 10 years ago where do you see yourself in 10 years, I would have said on a beach in Thailand, LOL, David wrote while adding that it's somewhat true. However, the other half is even better, since David now has an amazing wife, a precious new baby, and 3 amazing children, along with a mom who still sends him pictures and articles from 1977. What makes David's week even more special is that it marks an important milestone in his relationship with Annie. He shared a throwback photo of the two during a weekend getaway in Qingdao, China, reflecting on how much has changed since then. Who would have believed 8 years later we would have a 2-month-old daughter, David wrote, expressing his disbelief at how quickly time has passed. What David's latest milestones mean for life with Annie. David and Annie defy the odds after nearly a decade together. David being with Annie for nearly a decade proves they are one of the most successful couples in the 90 Day Fiance franchise. While their storyline may not have been the most dramatic, it remains one of the most inspiring, offering hope to couples navigating challenges like age gaps or financial struggles. At one point, David and Annie decided not to have children, citing his age as a reason, though finances may have also played a role. However, with time, David's hard work has paid off, and he now enjoys the rewards of a more stable and fulfilling life. David has been thriving in his real estate business, handling multi-million-dollar properties even while working remotely from Thailand. He and Annie appear to be embracing a quieter, more peaceful lifestyle, which likely influenced their decision to settle down abroad. The couple has hinted that their move to Thailand may be permanent, and David has even suggested the possible end of his 90 Day Fiance career. With a new baby at home, he may be ready to step away from the demanding filming schedule. However, they could still continue with 90 Day Diaries, as it is self-shot and less intensive. Our take on David celebrating new life milestones. David silences critics with family reconciliation ahead of son's wedding. David's also looking forward to his son's upcoming wedding and to welcoming his daughter-in-law into the family. Though he was once ridiculed by 90 Day Fiance fans for enjoying life in Thailand, David has since proven them wrong. In a recent birthday message, he spoke fondly of his kids, showing how strong their relationship has become, despite the distance. As he nears his 60s, David has worked hard to make amends with those he may have hurt in the past, reflecting a more grounded and reconciled phase of his life. He has never been happier, and it shows. 90 Day Fiance's David Toborowsky announces huge green card update amid signs he won't return to U.S. David Toborowsky from 90 Day Fiance may have made it look like he was settling down in Thailand for good, but a major green card update he's now sharing is a happy plot twist in his relationship with Annie Suwan. David and Annie's controversial relationship is now considered the most successful in the franchise. David's age gap with Annie isn't a problem, and neither is his financial incompetence. David and Annie have been living a happy life together with their new baby in Pattaya. However, fans have been confused about whether they will come back to the US. David and Annie have not made Thailand their forever home, and his latest Instagram video confirms the same. David posted a reel on Instagram showing his mother-in-law dancing in the living room with a broom and a bottle of alcohol in her hand. She sang along to a Thai song that played loudly from the speakers behind her. In his caption, David gave more context to what was happening in the video. He wrote, "When I told Annie's mom that her I-130 has been approved and her green card is now with the National Visa Service Center, LOL." One of David's fans, at North Country Girl 71, commented, "Annie's mom is coming to America," and David replied, "Maybe." What green card update for Annie's mom means? Where will Annie and David settle down? Annie came to the US in 2017 and has been living with David ever since. Although the couple frequently travels to Thailand and even owns property there, their stays have always been short-term. When a pregnant Annie flew to Thailand with David in November, he began hinting to fans that they might not return to the US. His responses were intentionally vague, adding to the speculation. He even revealed that their baby would have dual citizenship. More recently, David mentioned Annie's growing interest in living a farm life in Thailand. The fact that Annie's mother now has a green card suggests she will be moving to America with the couple, despite David's vague maybe response to a fan's question. As usual, his reply was cryptic and indirect. He could be saving the full story for a future appearance on 90 Day Fiance, even though he has also hinted that he's done with the franchise and won't be returning to any shows. Annie's mother may likely join the couple in Scottsdale to help care for their baby when the time comes. Our take on Annie's mom getting excited over green card update. David and Annie build suspense off-screen. Annie was set to deliver her first baby at 32 and wanted to do so with her family by her side. David, ever attentive to his queen's wishes, took her to Thailand. It's possible that David also wanted to build some suspense around their storyline on social media, especially now that he's not appearing in any major 90 Day Fiancé spin-offs. Considering how frequently David and Annie update fans about their baby journey on Instagram, it's likely that the reason behind Annie's mother possibly coming to America will also be revealed in due time. David Toborowsky and Annie Suwan need more prayers for Minthira? 90 Day Fiancé stars David Toborowsky and his wife Annie Suwan were worried about their baby girl, Minthira. In July, David and Annie asked for prayers for their infant, and recently, David seemed to do the same again. Read on for more details. Is Minthira sick again? When the couple first asked for prayers, Minthira had been diagnosed with RSV, a respiratory illness. The condition lingered, and doctors kept her in a Thai hospital for about a week. Poor Annie looked exhausted from the stress. Fortunately, Minthira eventually recovered enough to go home, and 90 Day Fiancé fans breathed a sigh of relief. The oxygen mask was removed, and the little girl no longer needed an IV. But is she still unwell and in need of prayers? Read on to find out what's happening now. More prayers needed? On Thursday, a Facebook reel popped up and David Toborowsky revealed that he and Annie were back at the hospital. He told his fans that it was very early in the morning stateside because of the time zones. But, he wanted to ask TLC fans for prayers for again. Behind him on the bed, Annie looked like she was fighting back tears. David explained that Minthira couldn't eat, so doctors planned to insert another IV. Additionally, he mentioned that she was still coughing. Annie was so upset she could barely speak. Naturally, we checked their social media for updates, but the situation is a bit confusing. In fact, everything seems okay just 12 hours later. The sweet kid is fine? Since then, Annie Suwan took to her Instagram and shared a photo of her daughter sitting on her elephant plush toy. In her caption, she said, "Minthira and her elephant friends say good morning everyone." Well, the sweet child looked absolutely fine. Then, David took to his page and posted a photo of himself with Minthira during the night. He said, "Minthira doesn't want to go to sleep. So I laid down next to her and she told me all the stories she had for the day and finally fell asleep. She is so precious, just like her mommy." After that, just hours ago, he shared a photo of Annie feeding their little girl. He wrote, "Somebody likes her new chair and new foods. Annie looks absolutely stunning. Do you agree with me?" It seems unusual that another request for prayers went up, but the child looks healthy and well. That's good news for the couple who adore their baby that they struggled to conceive. For now, it seems that if there was a problem with feeding, it has been resolved. But it's also important to know that the reel about more prayers was shared by a fan account. Perhaps it was old footage. Are you glad that the latest posts seem to show that Minthira is okay? 90-day fiancés David Toborowsky and Annie Suwan celebrate first big milestone in Thailand together amid signs they're not coming back to America. David Toborowsky and Annie Suwan from 90-Day Fiance have reunited in Thailand to celebrate a big new milestone, since suggesting they have no plans to return to America. For the longest time, David and Annie kept telling their fans they wouldn't have kids. That was until Annie got baby fever after she became an aunt. Annie dealt with PCOS while David got a vasectomy. David and Annie have a 24-year age gap, and David's 3 kids are almost as old as Annie. However, Annie did become pregnant on the first try with IVF and welcomed baby Minthira. David briefly left Thailand for America without Annie and their baby. However, now that he's back,